Hello, everybody. I hope that you got a chance to listen to or watch the Politicrat Daily Podcast episode that I did with Dr. Cindy Duke. She is the medical director and laboratory director of Nevada Fertility Institute. The other day, she and I had a conversation, and among the topics we talked about was mask wearing and how to properly wear a mask. I don't think that you could properly see my demonstration of it. You certainly saw Dr. Duke explain how to put a mask on, but you did not see me at the same time wearing that mask. I didn't put the split screen on, and I should have done. So that's my mistake. My apologies. I happen to have a mask here with me right now. So I'm going to do this so that you can see this properly. And I am also wearing some gloves. This is my demonstration, yours truly, Omar Moore, on how to properly wear a mask as per Dr. Cindy Duke and as she demonstrated and explained in the episode earlier this week that I really do urge you to watch here on YouTube or to listen to at the Politicrat Daily Podcast, wherever you get your podcast, now on Pandora, by the way, as well as Audible, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google, Stitcher, and Spotify, and many, many others. So here's the mask here, brand new. It's a 3-ply mask. You see the ridges there. They're sewn on, stitched in. They layer over each other. This is the blue part of the mask, as you can probably see. If I hold it up, you see that there? That's blue, light blue. Now, that's the part that people who see you should be able to see on your face. The part that's white here, and you may not be able to tell that there's that much of a difference, but there is a difference. This is the white part. This is the white part that actually you will put your nose and mouth on. So that should be facing you when you wear this mask. The loops, you see that I'm wearing gloves. Um, I would say even before you even put this on, if you are indoors, and if you're indoors and you happen to have a face basin, what I would recommend that you do even before you even put this on is to wash your hands. Wash your hands with soap for 20 seconds, face soap, preferably, I'd do liquid soap, but wash your hands. And quite frankly, wipe off your hands. And I would even go so far as to wash my face or wash your face if you can. Um, I don't think there's anything wrong with that either, because then you wipe off any bacteria that you may have on your face. I mean, as human beings, we are swarmed with bacteria, literally. Look, I'm not a doctor. I only remember this from school. But, there's bacteria all around us. We pick up bacteria all over the place, even in our homes, indoors, wherever we may be indoors, outdoors, in some place, at some venue or wherever, a grocery store. There's bacteria throughout the atmosphere. It's incredible how pervasive it actually is. So that's why I say before you even put this mask on, I think it would not be a bad idea to wash your hands and wash your face. I really don't think that that's the worst thing in the world. Wash your hands first, then wash your face. I don't think that that's too untoward to ask. So here's the mask. Okay, you got a mask, brand new here. There's a mask. And first thing you do is make sure that the white part that I showed you, which is this part here, the white part, is facing you. And make sure that, as you can see here, the light blue part is on the outside. Now, what I'm going to do is do this. Place it on the bridge of the nose pretty much as high as you can without touching your eyes, but you do that, right? You put that, that's how you start to do it. Very important though, before you actually even properly apply it, you notice that there's the white part at the top here, and you notice there's a white part here as well. Make sure that when you touch the white parts, one of them has a wire mesh in it. So if you run your finger along the top, either one of these two sides, you will feel some kind of wire mesh or some wire in here. Wherever that wire is, if it's this part or the other part, the part of the white in the mask that has the mesh in it is the top part of the mask. This is the part that you're supposed to put over your nose. You should not be putting the part, the other white part that doesn't have the wire mesh in it over your nose at the top, because that means you have the mask on upside down. So very important to remember, feel for the mesh, the wire piping in the whichever white part it is that you feel it. If you feel it here, then that is the top. Wherever that wire mesh is the top of the mask. That's the part you have to put over the bridge of your nose. So it's very important that I mention that. So here we go. This is where the wire part is on the nose, right? Finger here, chin is exposed. Make sure you touch the bottom part here, stretch down, and then release under the chin like that. Don't slide this bottom part. You want to stretch it down and then let it touch once it's under your chin, like so. Keeping your finger on top of this mesh. You see this mesh here? The wire, that part. You want to make sure you hold on to that. Make sure that you stretch down here, that this is all, okay, this is tight. Good. You got the loops around the ears, like so. Here we go, right? Press on this wire mesh on the bridge of your nose, contour, line, just put your finger along the wire line here and tightly groove it so that it kind of contours around your nose, over the bridge of your nose and down, like that, and then the other side as well, okay? The reason why you do this is because you want to try to close down any kind of space, as much of the air pockets as you can, so that this fits tightly and snugly around your nose and onto your face like that. So there you go. You just do it several times. Now you don't do anything to move the mouse. You just want to keep sliding your finger and your fingers along the wire mesh that's over this in this white part here. All right, so that should be feeling a lot more snug. You can feel perhaps a little bit more contoured. So that's how it should look. And that's your mask. It's on underneath the chin. You don't really want to be moving it at this point. This is really as tight as it should, as it is. There you go. You shouldn't be dragging it and stretching it very much at all here. You should just make sure that it's on. As long as it's over the bridge of the nose and you continue to just keep, running your fingers along the wire mesh on the top here, which is in the white part, it will, try to close down some air pockets. Make sure that it's properly on around your ears, around your ear. There you go. And that is how you put on a mask. Now, to take off the mask. And this is really snug. It feels really tight, and this is how it should fit. And it won't slip. It will slip a lot less. The whole idea of doing this is to also not just tighten this pocket here, but also to stop it from slipping off your face. Now, what I'm going to do now is remove the mask. This is what you do to remove it. And again, I've got gloves on. I know a lot of people don't wear gloves. I actually do wear gloves. I think that You just have to try to take as much precautions as you can. These are gloves that you can find at your local grocery store, Dwayne Reed's, or whatever you go to. You can find these. They're surgical gloves. They come in all kinds of different sizes. I would prefer the ones that look like this, kind of lavender colored. These are better than the ones that are clear or kind of see-through or white. I think these ones are really good. Or anything darker than this, darker purple, like the purple ones that you see, the medical professionals wearing, nurses, doctors, etc. Anything like this or darker in terms of the colors, because these are thicker. These tend to be thicker, by the way. So that's just an FYI to you. These masks are really, really good. Now, this is a brand called Born Basic. This is the brand I'm wearing. These are very, very good ones. They are 3-ply, as Dr. Cindy Duke has mentioned. 3-ply are the next best thing to N95s. N95s are the best masks available, worn though predominantly by medical professionals, and those are the people who are urged to wear them as opposed to the rest of the public. But people I have seen around wearing N95s as well. You notice as I'm talking, this mask isn't really slipping very much at all. It really isn't. So it's very important, again, to continue to do this. If you do feel your mask slipping, just continue to run your fingers along the bridge of your nose and just keep that mask like so. Because a lot of people, what they do is they try to slide the mask up and down. And what that does, it just pushes bacteria up and down your nose, and it rubs your face in your own bacteria, which still accumulates I mean, it's just incredible how much bacteria. If you had a microscope to see the kind of bacteria that you have around you every day, wherever you go, you'd absolutely, I don't know what you want to do. You probably wouldn't want to go out again. But um, if you do feel your mask slipping off, just keep doing this. Just keep doing that, and it will just keep sticking tighter. But I would urge you not to slide the mask up and down. That's where people get in trouble. And when you're taking this off, don't take it off and put it around your neck. Don't slide it off and stick it under your chin. No nos, because that's more bacteria. And then you put it in, if that's just not smart. It's just not good, because you're just putting more bacteria on your mask. And then if you put that mask back on your face, you've just put your face back in all this bacteria, and it makes it worse for you. Actually, it's not healthy and it's not a smart thing to do. So once you take this off, you take it off and dispose of it. So I'm going to show you how I do this. Simply just grab the loops. It's pretty elementary, but I think it's worth showing people, because a lot of people do not do this. They put it around their necks, wear it under their chins. Please don't do that. It's just not good for you. It's not the right thing to do. So you grab the loops like so, and you move the mask away from your face like that. And then you can do this: stretch it. You can close it if you so desire, like this. You can just fold it and close it like that with your gloves on, and you can just literally just this is kind of like origami, I suppose, but not as clinical and as precise. But the point is that with gloves on, you can safely dispose of this in a trash can, in a paper bag, and then you can throw both this and the paper bag away. Um, this should not be reused or reworn. This is something that Dr. Duke talked about. It's one use only. I know in the beginning there were people saying, well, you can wash these cloth masks. Well, don't do that. It's just not really worth the trouble. Um, just wear a new mask. Really, it just makes more sense. If you have to wear them multiple times, make sure you wear multiple masks. Do not wear the same mask again. It really is not the best or the smartest thing to do. One use only. So if you put on the mask and the string breaks, do not wear that mask. Obviously, you're going to wear another mask. You have to put another one on. And if you happen to be out on the street with that and that happens to you, well, this is my reason why I say to you, why I will say to you now, always have a couple of extra masks handy, because it does happen where these loops break. The Born Basic brand, which is the brand I've just been demonstrating, is pretty darn good. Their loops are pretty strong. They don't break, generally speaking, unless you pull them, as I did. Actually, I pulled one for the first time today, and it did break, but I did that at home, so it wasn't an issue because I have a lot of them. But they're hard to get in some places. You may not be able to find BORN basic, BASIC boxes around. You may not find them around, but they're usually in boxes of 50. They have a packaging that is rectangular, white box with the glove on the front of it, with the mask on the front of it, I should say. So you just dispose of the mask, put it in the garbage can. And again, once you get home, if you're home already, you just wash your hands again. Take off the take off the gloves. Same kind of thing. You just peel off the gloves, and I'll show you how to do that. Actually, this is what I do with the gloves. Do just peel back, peel back, peel back, peel back, peel back. Take them off like so, like this. And then what I do with the other glove is simply pinch with the hand here. I don't know if you can see that. Pinch here. I don't know if you can see that at all. Pinch and roll off slowly. Just keep maneuvering off. So if I can just show you here, peel off, peel off, peel off, peel off. And that way you don't get anything on your fingers at all. It's all the inside of the glove is on your fingers, not the outside. See, this is all the inside of the glove. So I'm, no bacteria here. And I just slide those off, slide those off, slide those off. Oh, that one dropped, but slide that off, slide it off. And what ends up happening is once you slide all those off, you just deposit it in the garbage can. And there you go. So you just slide those off like that. And that's all I'm touching the inside of the glove, which has been on my skin. So I have not been exposed on my fingers have not been exposed to the outside of the glove. So this is all the inside of the glove. That's why you peel off from the outside to expose the inside so that your fingers are touching the inside of the glove that you've been wearing. So that way you don't get anything on your fingers. But in any case, you wash your hands. Even if you should touch the outside of your gloves, you wash your hands and make sure that before you wash your hands, you are not touching your face. Because if you do that, you could very possibly put virus. If you have come into contact with virus, you could be putting that on your face. So not a good idea. Just be very careful about that. It's not necessarily a thing that people do. People do not wear gloves. Most people, a lot of people I see do not wear gloves. So, well, be careful. Just be careful because this virus is getting worse. Um, and again, if you see people not wearing masks, please don't bother to um, tell them to put one on. I've said this before on the Politicrat Daily podcast. They know that they are supposed to wear masks. They know that. They've been told that. You know, so many government agencies have talked about it in the local areas and federal. Look, I mean, CDC guidelines even say it. So they know they're supposed to wear one. You know they're supposed to wear one. So if you see people on the street not wearing a mask, please do not harangue them or tell them or share. I mean, people are going to do what they're going to do, sadly. That's their choice. If they want to behave in that way, that's their prerogative to do so. I wish they wouldn't, but that's their prerogative. You just have to do what you know is right, which is to wear a mask and to tell your friends and family to also wear one. Complete strangers are going to do what they're going to do. Some people are going to be responsible and some are not. I hope that I am speaking to people who care enough about wanting to wear one to help reduce the spread of this horrible virus, this deadly virus, and to save lives, including lives of people in your own family circle and beyond that, people that you don't know. So I hope you found the demonstration of the mask wearing and of the gloves to be of some help. But I just wanted to do that in a bit more detail because I don't think I did it. It was not clearly seen while I was speaking and while the doctor, Dr. Cindy Duke, was speaking a few days ago. So look, please do watch that episode, though. It's here on YouTube, the Politicrat Daily Podcast. It's on the Politicrat YouTube channel. You will find it there. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. Every day, brand new episodes of the Politicrat Daily Podcast, and lots of news, interviews, issues, commentary, and more every day on the Politicrat Daily Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. So thank you so much. And I really do appreciate your time watching this. And I'll be talking with you again very soon.